And after seeing the boutique left come against all our strategies, all our direct actions, why would we be excited about Nina unless she does a complete 180 on strategy? Like I told you guys, I'm not interested in the hope and let's watch this here. I'm not interested in hope. I explained this on the Nick and CJ show. In order for me to be supportive of a leader at this point, I don't want the Bernie Sanders style. No more hope and change, optimism, progressive. None of that bullshit. I'm done with that. No, oh my God, I'm optimistic. Oh my God, I think Biden's gonna be great. Oh yeah, we lost this struggle, but I think all I gotta do is keep. No, none of that. We need a leader like Fred Hampton. We need a leader like Malcolm X who says we need to form a coalition to defeat our police state and capitalism, or we will die. No more of this shit like, oh no, we trying our best. It's all good here. We took a loss here. Oh no, let's capitulate to the establishment here. No more of that. No more of that. We need a leader that said we gotta do or die. Imagine if we had Bernie Sanders after he lost 2 times. Said, okay, the climate crisis is so crazy. The class warfare is so insane. I know I said I would support the Democratic Party candidate, but the odds are so insane. We need to keep the email list. We need to keep the worker class movement going. We need strikes. I will be supportive of that. That's not their intention. That is not Nina's intention. We need someone who actually stop trying to fucking appeal to the suburban white moms who love Pete Buttigieg ads because he said fucking irrelevant platitudes. We don't need a progressive leftist leader that repeat platitudes. We need a leftist leader that is not afraid to go on Tucker Carlson and explain to the entire audience how the ruling class in both parties sold us out, how we need health care, and how we need to unite despite cultural differences to destroy the ruling class in the military-industrial complex. What leftist leader is doing that right now? What elected leader is going on Fox News, on Tucker Carlson, and explaining how we need a working-class coalition to destroy the state? I'm not interested in any leader until they do that. So people are like, are you supporting Nina? No. Are you supporting the progressive candidate in 2024? No. Unless you do that. Unless you want to say, I'm running third party if you cheat me. Unless you do that shit, I'm done. If you do this shit where I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to support the candidate no matter who wins. Oh my God, we must defeat the Republican because Democrats are just as bad as Republicans. Oh my God, Donald Trump is a threat to democracy, but Joe Biden, my good friend. Any of that shit, I'm not interested no more. I want to see a Malcolm X. I want to see a Rome. To be dead honest with you, I want to see a Fred Hampton again. None of that old school progressive shit. So let's watch Nina Turner campaign ad, which I have not watched. I have not watched her ad yet, but I want to show it to you guys. So, because this is our Nina Turner segment, and let's see what her messaging is. Because I'll explain to you guys what I'm looking for.
America is at a crossroads, wrestling between 2 futures. Do we sacrifice the poor, the working poor, and the barely middle class to protect the ultra wealthy? Or do we treat our people as America's greatest asset and ensure everyone has a real chance to live a good life? Families are struggling with higher gas and food prices, stagnant wages, and shrinking benefits, while corporations make record profits. These are unprecedented times. Our leaders can't settle for just enough. They must fight.
See, I know I'm nitpicky, and I'm not saying I'm hating her for this, but what did I just say? I'm not interested in this. Why is Nina Turner showing people smiling? There's a homelessness crisis. There's a massive pandemic where the hospitals are overran. People don't have health care. People are starving. And you're running a campaign ad with people laughing and smiling? What kind of shit is this? You guys want me to support this? I told you not. I don't want this shit. The suburban mom is not voting for you despite this shit. You need to build a coalition of people who had enough. You guys lost. Bernie lost 2 campaigns. Nina lost doing this shit. You guys keep doing this and keep losing. The American people are pissed off. Most people are done with the two-party system. I just covered that story. The majority of voters are done. You should be running campaign ads attacking the neoliberal establishment. Show the homeless lines. Show the food banks. Show the hospitals overran. And say, this is why we need Medicare for all. Joe Biden is responsible for this. I'm sorry, let me finish it because I told you I don't want to see the optimism.
A real chance to live a good life. Families are struggling with higher gas and food prices, stagnant wages, and shrinking benefits, while corporations make record profits. These are unprecedented times. Our leaders can't settle for just enough. They must fight for what we deserve. I'm Nina Turner, and I'm running for Congress because we deserve a voice for change in Washington. A leader who is on the side of the people, not out for the powerful or out for themselves. A leader who understands that healthcare has been denied to millions of Americans for far too long and will.
So you are talking about healthcare being denied to millions of people. What? This is the small thing. Listen, I'm not gonna hate on her for this. I'm gonna look at the chat, see if you guys think I'm being fair here. But if you're talking about how the healthcare system is failing us, how does it make sense for you to show ads of people being treated in our healthcare system that failed? In order for you to sell the idea that our healthcare system is failing, instead of painting this false reality, you need to show the people who are denied care because there are people who go bankrupt because they have cancer. Show that. Show the people who are going bankrupt in our system. You need to shock the consciousness of the public. Did this work for you last time? One thing I just said, I'm not interested. I hope good luck. I'm not saying I don't want Chantel Brown to win. I told you guys I didn't take any pleasure in Nina losing. I just told you guys I'm gonna tell you how it is and why she lost. This shit right here is why she lost.
Will fight for Medicare for all. A leader who knows poverty is a policy choice and the minimum wage must be raised to a living wage. Who won't take a dime from special interest packs or do their bidding. You deserve a leader who is from here, who knows what it's like to grow up and live their life in this community, who has stood up for reproductive justice and served on the front lines of the fight for criminal justice reform and voting rights, not for days, but for decades. A member of Congress that stands shoulder to shoulder with leaders like Bernie Sanders, unapologetically to fight for working people and speak truth to power. And here's the truth. Greater Cleveland needs a change maker, not someone who just go along to get along. We can put an agenda through Congress that puts working families first, and that's worth fighting for. Something you can feel. Good union jobs, expanded health care, child care, and climate justice. Winning the battle against Republicans and the holdouts in our party will only happen when we put it all on the line for everyday people. An America as good as its promise is worth fighting for. Our children are worth fighting for. Our future is worth fighting for.
Am I an asshole? You guys can tell me if I'm an asshole. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with it. For real, I'm dead serious. Like, you guys not gonna hurt my feelings. Am I an asshole? That was horrible. When you're looking at the time that we live in right now, that's a horrible ad. Once again, I'm not even saying I'm not ruining against Nina Turner. I'm not saying that. I'm just telling you guys how it is. I see no benefit. I see no benefit in rooting against her. But I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna be real. I even admit to you guys, there's still a part of me that have a little bit of soft spot for Bernie, but that doesn't stop me from roasting his ass. Like even if I like any of these people, that wouldn't stop me from. That's a horrible ad, and there's literally no reason for me to support that. There is no reason for you to donate to that instead of mutual aid. I told you, I didn't see the video. I didn't see the video before this. I was giving her a fair chance. But that was a horrible ad. That does not match the anger that you need. Are you trying to win over Pete Buttigieg supporters? Are you trying to win over the Beto O'Rourke crowd? Who are you trying to win over? Now, let me explain. I'm going to tell you guys this anecdotally to wrap up a stream. A lot of you guys don't know, but I got started out as a citizen journalist traveling for the Bernie Sanders campaign. Now, I have a lot of criticism. Of Bernie Sanders. But I told you guys, I don't regret that because I was giving speeches in black barbershops preaching socialism. I radicalized so many people in my community. That's why I don't take it back. I will have a different strategy now. But I think the only benefit of electoral politics is using that to form a working class movement and radicalizing people. Because electoral politics, people are engaged. So use that time to pull people to the left and get them involved in working class movements. So despite the fact that Bernie Sanders isn't who I thought he was, I still sold that idea to people, and I would not take that back, right? And since I know I got new viewers tonight, I had conversations with the most conservative black people you can imagine. I was in South Carolina, the most conservative black people in the country. To give you guys an example, I was talking to this old black guy. He started out extremely hostile. He thought it was some guy who was trying to pick up his daughter or some shit like that. It was funny. But then eventually I won him over because I think I'm pretty good at that. I won him over. I was talking to him. I'm like, y'all just want to see what's going on in your life. This is how I always talk to people. I wasn't selling them shit. I was like, yo, what's going on in your life? And I'm going to see, and I connected to what's going on in policy. People say, I don't believe I'm being paid enough. I'm like, okay, because that's mostly because of capitalism. But anyway, I digress. It took me a long time to get to this guy. But eventually, he started warming up to us. We started laughing. We started joking, right? And then we were going to the candidates, and he was like, we were roasting everyone. And he was like, I was trying to get him to support Bernie. Like, I like healthcare. I like that idea. I like the idea of healthcare because that's what I'll lead with most of the time. And then we got to Pete Buttigieg. And then he was like, hell yeah, I hate Pete Buttigieg. And I went into my anti-Pete Buttigieg spill at the time. And then he like, hell yeah, I will never support Pete Buttigieg. And we were nodding along. And then he said, I will never support Pete Buttigieg because I would never vote for a homosexual. Whoa! What? That is not what we was talking about. This dude said, I'd rather vote for Donald Trump before I vote for a. These are the people I was talking to. You guys have no idea how socially conservative, especially a lot of black people in the South. So I'll paint you the picture, the kind of people I was talking. You guys understand how many people I got to agree to healthcare? You know how many people I got to agree? One thing I was telling people about, because a lot of people in South Carolina, they didn't even know who Bernie was. They barely knew anything about the campaign because they didn't have internet. So one thing that Bernie did that was a great policy was providing public broadband to rural areas, high-speed internet. So I literally led with that. With people, and they were like, oh, hell yes. Sign me up. You know how many poor black people in the South need internet? So I use that. I use healthcare. I use the living wage. I talk to a lot of pot smokers. I use ending the drug war. These are conversations with real people that people like Sam Cedar would never have conversation with a worker. Cenk Uygur would never have a conversation with a worker. I had conversations with hundreds of them. I traveled in multiple states. I was in Iowa. I canvassed in my home state in Missouri, and I was in South Carolina. Hundreds of people. I was with Ray Fisher. He played Cyborg in the Justice League. There were people that was asking me to run after this because I was canvassing so hard. So I learned that you can flip these older black people to the left. You just got to be willing to put the work in, put your boots on the ground, and explain your policies. In Nina Turner's campaign, you guys know Nina Turner, I think, what was the turnout rate, like 16%? Why do you guys think the turnout was low? Because they had no one on the ground. That was reported. They had low amount of boots on the ground. Now, let's go back. Why do you think they had low amount of boots on the ground? They had low amount of boots on the ground because Nina Turner went on the Humanist Report and told people that she's gonna disappoint you. So because the squad and Bernie disappointed the grassroots activists, Nina Turner did not have the boots on the ground that she needed. That's why she lost. Not because of the People's Party, like they said, like Emma said,